Okay. How do you pay your virtual assistant? This is a question that I get a lot. Sometimes in YouTube comments, sometimes within the course, people ask me, hey, I'm looking to hire a virtual assistant and how do I pay them? So, first off, what is a virtual assistant and how can they help you with your DNA, even your notary, whatever business you got, a virtual assistant can help. So, essentially, a virtual assistant is someone who is essentially a contractor for you. They have their own business, they have their own service, and you contract with them or you work with them, so they can do certain tasks for you, such as answer emails, such as answer phone calls, such as make sales for you as well, such as maybe doing a specific task such as marketing, whatever. They're not physically there with you. They are more so they're online, they're somewhere else, and because of that, you get to save money. You don't have to pay W-2 taxes and any of that other stuff. You could just they can just be a contractor. But check your labor laws in your state, check your hiring laws in your state. Okay. However, so in the DNA testing business specifically, there is no set fee that you pay a virtual assistant. There is no defined set fee. And one of the main reasons why is because with paternity testing, how your business comes in, how your business flows, and how your leads flow is kind of unpredictable. You just get calls every once in a while. You get calls multiple times a day. You can't predict when the call's coming in. And and you're not just doing DNA tests all day, every day. So you don't really pay your VA, or do you even operate your business? You may not physically be at an office all day long, just swabbing, because that's just not how it goes. It's a wave effect. It goes up and down. Calls come in at a high level, then they drop, then your DNA test surge for a couple of weeks or a few days, and then they drop. It just is what it is. So hiring a VA, you're not going to pay them hourly because it just doesn't make economical sense for your business. That's what I'm trying to say. So how I worked it out with my first two virtual assistants is that we just agreed upon a flat rate of X amount of dollars per month. Let's just say it's $500 a month. This $500 a month covers mm, maybe 10 hours a month because they might do a max of 2.5 hours a week of work whether it's answering phone calls, sending out results for you, making the sales for you, calling the laboratory if need be on your behalf to ask questions about tests that are currently being worked on, etc. That there is no defined amount of hours and time for that. It just is, but you can just set one. Hey, $500 a month, you get paid this based on these specific tasks. Or if you want to add tasks, you can say you could work with them and say, okay, instead of 500, it would be 750. Whatever you work out with them. Okay, there is no set rule. Now, the thing to sweeten the deal is to add a commission structure. And what I did, I would say it's $500 a month flat for this amount of time. Then for each sale that you get a adjusting commission structure. So for the first 30 days of a probationary period, whatever. Now you can't really say probationary period because they're not a hired employee. But for the first 30 days, you get a 5% commission on every sale. Okay. Then after that, it goes up to 8% or something. And then after that, it goes up to 10%. And then you can go from there. It's up to you and your virtual assistant that you hire. Now, what about virtual assistant firms? Places that have virtual assistants on staff and they hire them out individually. If you can work with them and figure something out and work with that individual virtual assistant, fine. But sometimes the firms say, no, we have our set hours, we have this, and it just may not make economical sense. The first time I used a virtual receptionist service was in 2021 to try to get people to, try to get them to answer my calls for me. And it just that business model did not work for my business model. I was paying them, I don't know, $800 a month at that time. And I really couldn't afford it. And it just didn't make sense. And there were different people answering my call. So there was not a set understanding of how this goes. They just wouldn't be able, some people would be great. Some people would not. They don't, if you have a team of 7 virtual receptionists that can answer your calls at any time, all of them are not going to know all the rules and all the ins and outs of DNA testing. Like um, if you were to train one virtual assistant to hyper focus on learning that. So that is how I did it. That is how a few other people do it in this industry. It's kind of There is no set rules. You kind of just make an agreement, but consider that there is no like set time. You wouldn't want to pay them hourly. It just would not make sense. And if you pay them hourly, you'd be paying a boatload more money for no reason. Especially if you're just starting, especially if you're just starting, it just wouldn't make sense. So even within the course, even within Fraternity University in the course, I have 2 interviews with the 2 virtual assistants that I trained in DNA testing. And you could watch that and they tell you more in depth on how to hire, how to source, because they are virtual assistants themselves. Okay. So thank y'all so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. I really appreciate all the engagement. I really do. And hey, we're having a lot of fun in the Paternity University community. Everybody's building their own DNA agencies and collaborating and working with each other and learning from each other. So it's a growing movement just within Paternity University. Thank you all so much. Until next time, peace.